Hopefully. If it doesn't fall on your face.
And we're back. Okay, here we go. So, welcome to drawing day one. Now here's the deal. Throughout your guys' time at McGrath Junior Senior High School, if you want to take art, you're stuck with me. Okay? So, here is how this is going to work. You need to learn how to draw, and you need to learn how to shade, and you need to learn how to use pencils, okay? If drawing's not your thing, which some of your grade 5 teachers told me that this class sort of has like this mentality that you don't think you're artists. You don't think you can draw, okay? If that's who you are and if that's how you feel, we're gonna change that, okay? This first project that we're gonna do in this class is calculated to make even the very least artistic person feel successful, okay? So, I want you right now to just close your eyes. Take all those thoughts that are in your head that say, I'm not an artist, I can't draw, I can't even draw a straight line, I can't draw stick figures, all of that, and just push it out. If your eyes are not closed, you're not following instructions. You're not following instructions. Thank you. Okay, are we there? Are we ready? Okay, so if you're into sports, this is your chance to draw like LeBron James or Tom Brady. If you're not into sports, if you're into like popular culture, you can draw like Beyonce or the Kardashians. Okay, what we're gonna do for this project is you guys are going to draw a famous person. Okay, now here's the deal: is that you can open your eyes now. By the way, those of you that are still like reverently closing your eyes, you're so reverent. Okay, so. This is your opportunity to take somebody, something that you're really interested in, and draw them. I have tons and tons and tons of success with this project, with students being like stretching themselves artistically and learning how to do some things. But the things that you learn today will determine how you do on the project. Okay? I fully believe that anyone can be an artist, the same way anyone can use a hammer, the same way that anyone can use a screwdriver. You just have to learn how to use it and practice with it, okay? These are our tools, right here, okay? They are just like a screwdriver, they are just like a hammer. You can learn how to use them to do a job. The job that we're trying to do is we're trying to transfer an image from a photograph or a screen onto our paper, okay? So the first thing that you guys need to learn though is a little bit about pencil pressure and shading, okay? Now there's 3 different types of pencils in here. They should be in the slot that the name is on there, but it might not be, okay? So this is a 2B pencil, this is a 4B pencil, and this is a 6B pencil, okay? Now the way that it works is that the higher the number, the softer the lead is. Now let's talk snowballs for a second, okay? If you get hit in the face by an ice snowball, it's gonna leave a mark, but how much snow does it leave on your face? None. You get hit in the face by a slush ball, how much snow does it leave on your face? A lot, okay? So as it gets softer, it leaves more on your face, okay? That's the way pencils work. As it gets softer, it leaves more graphite on the table. Or sorry, not on the table, don't draw on the table. It leaves more graphite on the paper, okay? Are we good with that? You guys are okay? Good, sweet. So, what you guys are going to do for this assignment is you are going to, let's use a ruler, make it look nice. Okay, you guys are going to draw a few series of lines like this. I know what you guys are thinking, wow, I came into this class thinking I don't even know how to draw a straight line. Turns out you don't need to be able to draw a straight line, you just have to use a ruler. Okay, so problem number 1, crushed, myth busted, all right? Now, what you guys are gonna do is on the top one, you're going to draw some vertical lines like this. Okay, on the second one, you're gonna draw some vertical lines like this. Okay, now, what you're going to do next, we have a pencil sharpener right there, but I'm not gonna use that. Hey, are you just listening? Okay, cool.
I have to talk to you, but I'll wait till you're done.
Sweet. Hey, smile, you're on camera. Cool. It actually can't see.
I know, because it's there. I don't know where it is.
It's all right. It's the future, you never know.
Did I set up the...
Okay, thank you, I did it in like 2 minutes. Okay, you know what, if it falls, it's all part of the adventure, right guys? Right? Imagine saying my teacher knocked himself out with a GoPro. That'd be the best day of school ever. Am I wrong? So I'm doing this for you. Let's hear it from Mr. Brand. Yeah? Yeah. Here we go.
That's an Insta story if I've ever heard one.
I'm just making sure it can see me. It actually can't even really see what I'm doing.
It needs to be a bit slower, but we don't want to put it too much
So you know what?
slower.
It's all good. It's all good. I'll figure something out. Oh, I've got a great idea. I'll do that next time. Okay, next time. Okay, so what you guys are gonna do is you're gonna take these squares and you are going to do 3 different squares per pencil. Okay, so my first square, I'm gonna shade with very light pencil pressure. I just wanna see what this 2B pencil can do, okay? I know, Mr. Brain, you're weird. Yes, I am, that's true. Okay, now, did anyone notice that I was holding the pencil like this? Not like this. This is for math. This is for language arts. I'm really using my filter right now because I want to say so bad this is for losers, but I'm not because math is cool
But you just
and art is cool. No, I filtered it. I filtered it.
okay.
Potato, potato. This is how we use a pencil in art. Okay, do you want to know why?
Why?
Watch how I shade this line if I'm using it like an actual pencil. Do you see any difference in the way that I'm shading? It's darker, it's more defined. Guess what? In this class, lines are like underwear. Okay? If I see a line on your paper, it's like showing your underwear. It's like walking around with your underwear or your shirt tucked into your underwear. You look like a loser. Okay? So if I see your lines, loser. So if I walk by you and call you a loser, actually I probably shouldn't do that. I might lose my job. The education minister is here today.
I was about to correct you. That's not appropriate.
I won't call you a loser, but I will say I can see your lines.
Try.
Okay.
Yes.
So lines are for losers. All right. Everybody repeat that.
Lines are for losers.
Thank you. Okay. So I'm going to hold the end of the pencil like this because I can really control how much pencil pressure I get. The other thing that I can do here that I can't do here, I'll show you on the back here, is I can shade a big area with not a lot of effort. Okay? If I try to shade that big of an area like this, like I can't even get the lines to go straight next to each other. Like I need a glass of water. I'm tired. That was a lot of work. Okay? Right here, easy. Easy peasy. Okay? Now, here's a trip. Trip. This is a trip for you guys.
It's a trip. There you go.
You want a trip? Here's a trip. Okay?
I'm in.
Your direction of shading matters. Okay? If I shade half of my square this way, half of my square this way, guess what it's going to look like? It's going to look like your dog came to school with you. Never mind. It's not going to look good. Okay? It's not going to look good. So, first square, light pencil pressure. Second square, I'm going to go for a little bit darker pencil pressure. Okay? Now, I know you're sitting there wondering, how does he do it? How does he make his pencil pressure a little bit harder when he's holding the end of the pencil? I'll tell you. Do you want to know how? This guy, right here. Okay? This guy, you're just going to push harder. It's easy. Hey, slow clap, thank you. Okay? I know it's complicated, but guys, stick with me. I will help you. You will get this. The third square, we're going to go even harder, okay? Harder pencil pressure. So what I am looking for with these 3 squares, that one's not very good. Sometimes you hit like a rough patch on your graphite and it just, yeah. Because see how dark that went right there? So now I have to go in and I have to lightly work my way across from that. This is called feathering, if you're wondering.
Oh.
It's called feathering. Okay? So now I know what my 2B is capable of. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to get an eraser and I'm going to erase my lines. Because you know what? That's what cool people do. You thought that losers did art? No. Losers don't erase their shading. That's what losers do. Okay? So watch this. I'm just going to take my eraser and I'm going to go right along the edge of that. And I'm going to make it look real nice and real pretty so that when you take this home to your mom, she puts it on the fridge, not in the garbage. You got me? Okay.
We never do that.
My wife does it all the time. My kids are constantly pulling stuff out of the garbage and they're like, you threw away my... And we cannot possibly keep all the crap that you guys make. It's not possible. So we take a picture of it and throw it away. So like if my kids are like, you threw it away. My wife's like, but I took a picture of it. And for some reason they're like, oh, okay. Okay, so once I've done that, I'm gonna do a very important next step. Are you ready for this? This is called a blending stump. It looks sort of like a cigarette. We're not gonna use it like a cigarette, okay? Now, important tip with these. They fall apart really easy. Mr. Brame has to buy new ones. I don't though. These are what you get. So if you wreck these, you don't get more. You have to use your fingers like I did when I was a kid. I'm doing this to take care of you guys, okay? Let's hear it one more time for Mr. Brame. Yeah! Okay. Thank you. That's quite enough. So, you remember how our direction of shading was this way? Remember that? Our direction of smudging, they're different, okay? Because I shade with this, I smudge with this. Direction of smudging is this way. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna smudge this just like that. And what should happen is we should end up with something that looks not like shading, not like lines. It should look like what we're calling value. A value is a smooth, even tone, okay? So later on when you guys are drawing LeBron James or when you're drawing Kendrick Perkins or whoever your favorite basketball player is or whatever, okay? When you're drawing that individual and you're trying to get the shading on their cheek just right, this is what's gonna make it look right. Okay, if you're like shading all crappy, like you're some grade 2 kid and you brought your dog to school, it's because you didn't listen or you didn't try, okay? So, direction of shading, direction of smudging. Now, here's one more pro tip. You ready? This is called back shading. There's some areas right here where it looks like the shading got smudged or I pushed some things down. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw a line. That's like underwear, I don't wanna see it. I'm gonna shade as dark as that line and I'm gonna feather it in to my shading here, okay? So what I'm doing is I'm accentuating the edge and then I'm just shading away from the edge, okay? Then I come back again with my blending stump and I just do some shading and then I just make it so that the whole thing is one smooth, even value. So I could continue that square if I wanted to. Okay, now some of you are saying, hey, Mr. Brame, your blending stump is all dirty, okay? That's what happens to your fingers when you use your finger, like I did when I was a kid growing up in Compton, okay? I didn't grow up in Compton, I grew up in the cul-de-sac, it's okay. When these get dirty, you just take sandpaper and go like this, and you roll it around in your hand. Now you may think, hey, it looks like a pencil, I could just put it in the pencil sharpener. Guess what's gonna happen? It's just gonna suck because it's actually not a pencil, it's just rolled up paper. The only difference between this and a cigarette is that this has no tobacco in it, and it's lots more paper rolled up. But like tobacco rolled in paper is called cigarette. So this is basically, it'd be like putting a cigarette in a pencil sharpener and trying to sharpen it, right? Like, don't do that, don't be weird. But you can sharpen it with sandpaper, okay? Sharpen, sandpaper, blending stuff. So I'm gonna clean it between each use. So I'm gonna come over here and I'm just gonna lightly smudge that. Oh, that looks so nice. If I'm really careful with my edges, I don't have to do that feathering and back shading. Okay, so I'm taking care of that. Now I only use this half of that blending stump, so I'm gonna use the other side on this. Wow, that looks real nice. Hey. Now, I know that this is not a phrase that you guys are used to saying. I know that you don't go up to your friends and say, hey, check out my value, right? You say that?
Say what? Check out my value.
Check out my value. Okay, I know you guys are used to being like, hey, check out my shoes. Hey, check out this scarf. Hey, check out my glasses. Hey, check out my, like, you guys say stuff like that. Today, I'm giving you full permission to say, hey, check out my value. Okay? So if you're shading and you're feeling a little bit of that pride swell up in your chest and you're just like, yeah, check out my value. Okay? You're allowed.
You laugh.
It has been, like, your permission has been given. No one's gonna make fun of you. And if you do, get out. Okay? Nope. I mean you, Barkus. No making fun of someone showing you their value. You can't make fun of someone's values. That's like messed up. Okay? So you're gonna do a little bit here for 2B, and I want you to label it. Do you know how we're gonna label it? We're gonna write 2 and a B.
Yep.
Okay? Then you're gonna do one for 4B. Do you know how we're gonna label that one? a 4, and a B.
So
Then we're gonna do one for 6B. Let me hear it. How are we gonna label it?
6B.
There we go. Okay, your last one. You're gonna do what's called a gradient. I had a girl one time say, "Oh, you mean an ombre?" No. An ombre is what your mom does to her hair. Okay? A gradient is what whoever invented an ombre was inspired by. A gradient is where you go from light to dark. Now with the gradient, I want to see if you can do it where you show no transition in value. So it's just a smooth transition. I don't want to see lines. I don't want to see a spot where like, man, it looks like they switched pencils right there. Do you want to see how it looks? Okay, here we go. Ready? So I'm going to be like a machine with this thing moving back and forth. You guys are going to think that there's like an earthquake and I'm a seismograph and I'm just like, okay? Years of practice, okay? You guys will get there. Just don't be hard on yourself, okay? So here I am. I'm shading. Oh, that dang spot. I hate that spot. I'm going to sharpen this. For you guys, I'm going to sharpen this.
And for yourself, because you don't like the dang spot.
That spot. Work in these conditions. Okay, so do you guys hear how my pencil's banging against my fingernail? You hear that?
No.
Listen. You hear that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm using my finger so that the pencil doesn't go off the paper, because it goes off the paper and then you go like that.
Oh, darn.
Hey.
I failed.
It's run.
I ruined it.
Try
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna try again because I'm resilient and I got growth mindset. You just talk to Mr. Orr about that, he'll tell you all about growth mindset. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm going almost back to the back, but then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna use darker pencil pressure as I work myself back almost to where I started last time, and then I'm gonna do it again. Almost to the back and not quite. And I'm gonna go back here again and almost there and not quite. Okay, thank you for coming. 4B, you ready? Ready for this? We're gonna switch to 4B. Now 4B is a lot like 2B, except it's a little bit softer. It's gonna put a lot more lead. Light pencil pressure gives me about the same as the dark pencil pressure on the 2B. So I'm going back and forth, knocking this stuff out. It's looking great, I'm feeling great. Thanks for asking. Okay, so I'm gonna follow the same process. I'm going back to where that transition line was, about right here, and then I'm gonna work myself back. This is kind of like, see, you guys don't do this because you have like phones and iPods and like you communicate with each other digitally. When I was a kid and you liked a girl or you liked a boy, you'd call them on the phone, like actually, boop, 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 like you'd call them. And so like there was this girl, Danielle LaSalle, I'll never forget
Okay, I'm
Danielle.
gonna interrupt you.
You didn't want to stay for this?
I can't stay for this. My student's not working.
We're gonna go outside. I'm just kidding. No, we're gonna start working on wildlife interest projects.
Okay.
So we'll just be in class.
Thank you. I think my favorite inside or outside.
You didn't really want to hear my Danielle LaSalle story. Your loss.
I
No,
love
it's
watching you work.
it's fine. It's fine. Okay, so Danielle LaSalle, I still remember this. I remember she gave me her phone number and she was like, call me. And I was like, okay. Like I'd seen people call people before. She was the first time I'd ever called a girl. And I started dialing her number. And I hit, her number was 509. I actually don't remember the rest of it, but that was the first part of it. So I start dialing the 5 and then I'm like so embarrassed. I can't do it. I can't. So I pick up the phone again and I'm like, 50. I can't do it. I can't do it. You know what I mean? And so like you can see where this goes. I'm getting up the courage. One more number every time. Pretty soon it's like one more number. So I got like one number left and I'm like, what am I actually even gonna say to this guy? And so I dial that last number and as it's ringing, I'm like, I don't know what to say. And she answers the phone and do you know what I said to her? Hey baby, what's up? And then I hung up the phone. Her parents were what you would call rich, and they had caller ID, so they called me back like right away, and they're like, you just called me, and I was like, hung up the phone. That is the last we ever heard of Danielle LaSalle. So when you guys are shading, I want you to think you're gonna dial the whole number all the way and then come back. And then you're gonna dial almost the whole number and then come back. And then you're gonna dial a little less than that, and then come back. And a little less than that, and come back. And a little less than that, and come back. And pretty soon you're gonna start to notice, hey, you know what? Even though this doesn't look like a great portrait of Danielle LaSalle, do you know what this does look like? This looks like a dang great. I'm an artist, baby! And then you're gonna be like looking at your friend, you're like, Angie,
Look at my value.
check out my value. Check it out. I did this. I did this. Okay? I forget that was recording. That's gonna be gold. We're going viral, guys. Okay. We could. You're right. Delete. Okay. I didn't delete it, right? I just looked at my phone. Hey, I got a message from here. Saved. Okay. What? Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I got iPhone 10, and they're all about privacy. Okay, so this is what I want you to do. We're gonna do 2B, 4B, 6B, and then this is the grand finale where you're gonna like showcase what you've learned. Remember Danielle, okay? Danielle. Yeah, sweet. When you're done, I need you guys to do this for me though. I need you to take a picture of it, and I need you to save it to Google Drive. Make sure you are signed into your own Google Drive, and make a file called Sketchbook. Okay? That is where we're going to keep all of this stuff. Anything that you work on in class like this, keep there, and then you can just file it in the green filing cabinet right next to the door. Okay? It's also called the garbage can. Yes. File it in there. But we'll take a picture, save it in Sketchbook. We'll update our website probably like once every 2 weeks or so. Okay? But you just want to keep all your pictures that you take. All right? Any questions? So you need a paper. We got sandpaper here. If you need to clean stuff, just come over to the counter to use it. You need pencils there and here. You need one of them, one of these, erasers. Get your stuff, get to work. Whoa. Woo.